was different. I seen it, I thought it, I dreamt it, I said it, I did it, I made it, I tasted it, I love it, I need it.
What's going on, y'all? Y'all are tuning in into cheap dope. That is a term I like to use. It's short for cheap dopamine. That is what I consider what's destroying our younger generation, our whole society as a whole. Over here on the show, we discuss all certain types of topics. Mainly, we want to provide value, give you knowledge, and the right guidance to elevate your life, and just to have a deeper perspective on life in general. And today, I got my homie. Introduce yourself again, man.
Different look, but same Rambo.
Man, he got the stash out now.
Had to come back with it.
Yeah, man, I was missing the stash, dog. What's up with that?
I miss it, man.
You miss
I had
it,
it for like 3 years, and then I trimmed it off, and I've
and he
regretted it every
shaved
single day.
I was like, bro, I've never seen you clean shaven.
Babyface Rambo. I had things I had to do. Contingency plans.
For what?
Life.
Just life?
Yeah, just life in general.
Just life? You're just shaving it off, bro.
Yeah. Had shit I had to do. I was bored, man. I make decisions off my boredom.
Dude, I can't even grow facial hair like that, man. I can only maybe grow a mustache, but I feel just so weird, dude. Like,
it happens. I can't grow shit on the side of my face. That's why I only grow a mustache.
Really?
Yeah.
You basically kind of got like a little, like a little
We
stubble.
don't talk about it. It grows all white trashy. Yeah.
Bro, my goatee don't even connect. Like it literally, like when I grow it, it's like it connects right here, and then right here is like, we're not fucking there. So
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, listen, let's get into it. Today, we're just going to strictly talk about the power of fitness, okay? And, obviously last show, we talked about Rambo's life. We talked about, he discussed about all crazy shit. There's still more stories to be told on that, which we might dive into a little bit today.
So much more.
But yeah, so much more. We just scratched the surface. But one of the main things we talked about last time is just how literally fitness changed your life, right? The moment that you started going into the gym and it was just every single day battling, even though there's days of negativity, dude, we talked about like whenever you went to the gym, we left, we were in a great mood. And then, of course, like the growth that you've had after, right? So let's elaborate that on one more time and tell these people just like the power of fitness within your life and how it just guided you into a more positive, just elevated frequency of a life you're in right now.
We talked about it before we even started filming that. Perspective is opinionated. My things definitely won't be the same as everybody else's just because it's my perspective on how I've lived my life, how I decide to live my life now. So everything that I said in the previous episode, everything that I say from here on out is just how it's worked for me. Yeah. So I don't want anybody to...
But they'll still be able to take good knowledge and good things from it.
Take it and do what you will with it, but don't... we can follow a plan, but the plan changes because we all live different lives.
Yeah.
But I can honestly say that mentally, physically, I wouldn't be here without the fitness industry and the way that I've got into it nowadays, the way that I used to, how it's changed my perspective and how it's helped me grow. I wouldn't be here right now. As far as like depression and as a physical standpoint as well. This is probably going to end up screwing me in the long run because I know that there's some people out there that are watching this that probably don't want to. But back in 2020, I broke my spine. In the job force that I'm going to get into, it's probably frowned upon to have injuries that I've had. But I've neglected my body for years. I probably shouldn't have got that far. But back in 2020, I broke my spine, and it's one of the 2 times in my life where I was told by licensed doctors that, one, I wouldn't walk the same again, but it was one of the only times that I was ever told to my face directly I'd never be able to walk again.
Dude, we didn't even talk about that last time.
Yeah.
We didn't even talk about that on the episode at all.
Yep. Yeah, I broke my lower 5 vertebrae. My lower 3 I split completely in half, and then my 2 above that I smushed together to where they couldn't even tell that there was 2 different ones. It was just one together on a CT and MRI.
Wasn't that too whenever you're going to Planet Fitness and you're like you're getting like some results and then you got injured?
Yep. And it's happened consistently too, because previous to meeting you, like I told you that I had been on and off, and I also have Crohn's disease as well.
Yeah.
So it's kept me from
that'd be a good topic.
Getting into I know, right? Getting into like a strict diet plan and the way that I used to eat before I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease, and I would get into a good rhythm. 6 to 8 months straight of going to the gym, being real good, seeing results, and then immediately start getting sick to the point where I would have to be hospitalized. And it happened like that for years.
Damn.
And now we've been going for the past 2 years, and the way that I've changed, the way that I live, the way that I perceive things, the way that I actually do things mentally and physically, the last 2 years, I haven't had an issue whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, there's certain things where you'd be like, oh, not eating. You're like not eating this certain pizza place's pizza no more because you just realize that it obviously messes up your stomach.
Yeah.
So when did you think that is Crohn's disease, is that like genetic or is that like, or can it be developed?
It really depends. So mostly, my father, my sperm donor, he has IBS.
Bro, okay, just keep going, bro. Just keep going.
He has IBS. So most dietary issues can be passed on through generations, right? That's a different topic. Yeah. I don't want to get into that now because that's some backstory shit. Fuck that guy. So most dietary issues can be passed on through generations, right? So IBS is one of them. Crohn's is also one of them. I know people that it genetically it can pass direct descendants or it can skip generations.
Yeah.
Mine is one of the few that was self-generated.
Okay. So, and would you say that was due to like drinking alcohol, then poor eating as well?
No. Alcohol, certain alcohols kind of made it flare up. Yet again, for another episode, mine was caused by a suicide attempt.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. Pills?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, fuck. Okay, we're starting off good. Let's go.
We're going to unbox a whole bunch of shit.
We're just going straight to the fucking deep end, dude. I was like, let's start with fitness. And we're done.
Yeah, how deep do you want to dive into this?
Bro, dude, this is
yeah, I'm fully open with it. Back in the day, I wouldn't really want to touch on any of the subjects, but I mean, you've seen how I've gotten to now. I really don't care about things that's happened in my past. Like I'm open to talk about anything
because you're over it, bro. Yeah. You've grown. Like that's not a part of, and it doesn't affect because you're past that fucking point. But at least you know what it feels like to be at that point, and then you can be able. You help guide people. You recognize that people at that point, and it gives you a chance to relate with them and help them elevate, bro. This is the reason why we're having this podcast, because even me with my fitness and everything, like before I started lifting, dude, I got fucking depressed and shit too. Like even though like some people, oh, you didn't really even look bad, like, but to me, like in my head and my weight, I just fucking felt horrible, man.
Oh, well, it goes to something that's said in the public a lot, especially going to like people like Robin Williams. The happiest people in public are the saddest people in private. And that's how I've always been. That's why I've always been funny in class. I always showed out. That's why I've always been the outward going person.
Do you think that's like attention? Like to get some extra source of gratification that people accept you?
Mine wasn't even that, though. There's some people that want to be seen as like, oh, I want to make people happy so they'll notice me a little bit more because I feel like I'm not noticed.
Yeah.
When mine came and stemmed from, I want to show people and make people happy, but I also want them to think that I'm happy enough to where they don't have to check on me.
Yeah.
Because I've never been one of those attention seeking, because that, like I said, that suicide attempt that I tried that basically screwed me up enough to be diagnosed with Crohn's. I did that in private. So like nobody knew about that. When I took all the pills and everything that I did that in private because I wasn't a attention seeking depressant person. Yeah. If I was to kill myself, I wanted to make sure that if and when it happened, that I would only be found when it was done. I wasn't the type to be like,
text somebody.
I'm gonna post and be like, sorry for everything that has ever happened. Like I wasn't. I'm gonna tell everybody that it's about to happen so they can save me, because I always thought that I was unsavable.
Yeah,
but different conversation.
That is a whole different conversation.
What we were talking about a minute ago, like I said, the way that I live my life is going to be different for everybody else, because I back when I used to work for GNC, I used to have a guy that I worked with named Bob. He also helped me transition into a more positive light because of the way that we would talk to each other and the conversations we would have. And one main thing that I say nowadays, because I bathe myself in gratitude every day. That's one thing that I've told you multiple times. That's one of my catchphrases is because I am grateful for where I am today because of where I've come from. Mm-hmm. I'm grateful for where I can step into today because I know where I've been. Mm-hmm. And
you're speaking that out into the universe too, bro.
I used to sit there and complain like, oh, I can't go out and eat and like do all this stuff with my friends. I have to not eat at certain restaurants that people want to go to. And I used to get upset about it. And then whenever I had my spinal injury and I got real upset, I was paralyzed for several months.
You're like 6 months, dude.
Yeah, it was nuts. I woke up one morning, I just couldn't move from my hips down. And I still have permanent nerve damage in my spine that I can't feel my back and my lower legs. And
we're about to go we're about to go hit some legs later too.
I know,
so.
It's great.
And destroy your back some more. Let's go.
But one thing that I bring up about all that is I'm actually grateful that everything played out the way that it did.
Yeah.
Because if I didn't do that attempt and I wasn't diagnosed with Crohn's, I would be eating like shit.
Yeah. So, dude, it forced you to fucking, it's on, your perspective on that is a positive outlook, bro. You can look at, and like you're saying about perspective is everything, right? Some people are going to look at Crohn's and they're going to have Crohn's and they're going to look at it as just a complete negative life force in their life. They can't eat the things that they want and everything, but you change your perspective to where actually this is doing me good because now it's forcing me. I have to eat. It
keeps me to a strict diet.
Yeah, you have to. If not, you're going to be fucking sitting on the toilet for hours.
If I don't eat a specific way, I'm hospitalized. Mm-hmm. If I don't go to the gym the way that I do, I physically can't walk.
Yeah,
like it keeps me disciplined and it keeps me.
You're forced to fucking stay grinding.
Yeah,
which is on. You're stuck in the grind, but I mean that's a blessing, dude. Yeah. It's not a curse, dude. So I mean, it just goes down to perspective, bro. So listen to this. He started working out. He has Crohn's disease, had a broken spine, and he still made the time and the dedication to keep moving forward and elevate your life. And I mean, bro, your physique stands for it,
196 pounds, 13% body fat.
Yeah, I'm still stronger than you a little bit, though.
I'd never let a man with tiny calves talk to me like that.
Shut the fuck up,
I want everybody to know that.
Bro, my calves are not that small.
I'm built with
that's fucked up,
New
dude.
York sirloin steaks in my calves, bro.
Dog, bro, I got carne asada to calves, fool. What's up, dude?
Thin strips.
Hey, my shits are packed with protein, dog.
Whatever, dude. If we were stranded on a desert island and we had to eat each other, your calves would not be where I started.
Where would you start?
Not your calves, bro.
All right, bro. All right. Anyways.
But yeah, no, I used to, back in the day, man, when I was going through a bunch of stuff growing up, man, I would sit there by myself a lot and think like, I wish the universe would tell me a way that I needed to live my life, man. And I would be upset.
It gives you hints.
I'd be one of those people that were just like, it's also why I didn't really seek religion, was because there's a lot of people that are taught like, if you want something, pray for it, it'll happen. But they're not told.
Source.
They weren't told that you have to put the work in as well. And that's a conversation we had like a day or two ago on the phone. And I was always told that like, if you wanted something, hope that it would happen, but never told to put the work in. So I would always ask the universe to solidify something for my life. And if this is what it had to do to solidify the way that I live my life in a positive mindset, I'm grateful for it.
Bro, the universe, God, is going to give you opportunities, is going to give you chances to take action. It's not just going to magically land in front of you. I mean, in the book Think and Grow Rich, it literally talks about your thoughts and your words translating your physical equivalent. But if you want a goal, you can achieve any goal that you want, but you have to have the thought first. Apply it with a burning desire of emotion. Feel that with emotion like you're already attained it. Have that burning desire for it, and then apply it with action.
Yeah.
So, you will not get anywhere if you do not apply action. So, prime example, whenever I first, I'll I have it pulled up on the screen. Literally, I had this picture. My dad took of me. It was October 16th of 2020. I was 19 years old. I was like, Dad, I remember, dude, when I was in the Arkansas National Guard, still, I went and worked out with this guy. I knew his name's Herman Brown. And I mean, dude, I felt like a little bitch, bro. Like I went through, the only thing I was good at was bench press because I was like just conditioned with bench press from previously. Me and J Mac used to do it in his fucking living room. God, we were so retarded. But
bench press and push-ups.
Oh yeah, that's all we did. We just did bench press, curls, and then we had like a little band for some fucking tricep shit
American
we put on his
workout
door.
routine.
Yeah, and then we did some abs. That's all we did. We did that like 2 or 3 days out of the week. Anyways, and I worked out with him, bro. And I remember I'm going through, he's whooping my ass, and I came to the end. And I remember I couldn't even do 5 body weight dips. I couldn't even do 5. I think I only got like 2 or 3. And dude, and he was bumping out like 10, 15, just like, he's like, come on, man. Like, come on, Montez, you got it, bro. Like, he's like, come on. And I'm like, dude, I got so fucking pissed. And I remember, instead of me feeling like, bro, and I've told you this fucking story before. I remember looking around, dude, and I was so fucking pissed. And I was like, and it's just my mindset. This is how winners think. It's how Michael Jordan thinks, Kobe Bryant. Like, I remember looking around, I was like, I'm going to fucking work harder and be better than every motherfucker in here.
Yeah,
that's like the
competition.
first thing that came in my mind. Like, give me a year and I'll be better than all these motherfuckers in here. Not throwing them down, but that was just my way that got me fired up. And I went home, Dad, take a picture of me. Take a picture of me. And he's like, what? And I was like, please take a picture. And I made him shake my hand. He was laughing. I'm like, Dad, I'll shake my hand. He's like, what? What for? I'm like, I'm going to go to the gym nonstop from here on out for the rest of my life and watch. In a year from now, I'll be completely different. And then he said, okay. And he's like, it's a man in your word. And he shook my hand, took the picture. And I mean, dude, ever since that, it was history. But what I first started off it wasn't even me just starting going to the gym. What the first action I took was my imagination. I imagined myself a year from then. And then I literally could see it, bro. And I talked about this before. And I literally achieved that fucking physique. I literally did it. Now, when I got to 1 year in, I divided myself 2 years in, got to it. Now 3 years in, now I'm 3.5. And like, I completely achieved everything that all the physiques and like, it's crazy, man. I've achieved everything. And it all starts with the power of your power of your mind, visualizing it. I literally use visualization to see myself there. And it's basically planting that seed that I will get there, and then I applied it with action. Even when I was working out in the beginning with J-Mac, I got videos and stuff. Like, dude, we didn't know what the hell we were doing. We were training hard though. But our form was off. But I trained hard. Every set was hard, and that's why I was getting results. And it all started there. And I didn't even have my nutrition right, and I was still getting results, right? But so that's important too, man. It is just starting with your imagination first. Before we go into, I just want to talk about the overall why fitness is important for overall as a whole. We've told about our individual lives, of how obviously previous episode, where you've come from, the things you experience, and how it's helped you release that energy. And then, I mean, look at you now, all jacked, motherfucker, right? And then same thing here, like, bro, I was depressed. It was COVID. I was eating fucking Domino pizzas all the time, a whole bunch of hot Cheetos, Oreos, felt like shit, wasn't drinking any water and everything. And all it took was me to get pissed off one time, make me feel like a bitch one time. And then I went and I used that burning desire to go on forward. But that is lacking in over, I would say, about probably over 70 to 80% of America. Yeah. Okay, listen, when we say fitness, dude, you do not need to be a bodybuilder. You do not need to be a freaking doing a full marathon or an Ironman and everything. The point of fitness is keeping your physical health optimized, okay? You don't need to be perfect. And now, why is it important? How is the lack of fitness hurting America? And we talked about this many times. The leading cause of death in America is coronary artery disease, heart disease. Okay, over 80% of people with coronary artery disease are obese, and 70% of America now, new statistic that just came out, 70% of America is obese. Like, think about that, man. Like, and I'm just being real. Like, if you go to a gas station, literally, and especially down here in Arkansas, you go to a gas station, count how many seconds it'll take you to find somebody that's overweight.
Oh, it's terrible in Arkansas.
Oh, it is. It is. Well, I mean, we're like number 3 in the whole fucking nation for obese. But I mean, it's in that alone. And I mean, there's so many examples I can talk about, even from a cop perspective too. Like looking at like these cops, like, dude, you're mean to tell me if some murderer is coming in or some armed robbery is like happening at my house, or a female's got to call the police and some fat cop show up, how are they going to chase you? Are you going to feel fucking safe? Hell fucking no, dude. That is like going down a whole different fucking road. What were you about to say? I feel
I was gonna say, there's, as someone who's getting into first responding career path, previous military pathway and stuff, I don't see why there's ever any reason why anybody in military or first responder that should ever be overweight. If it takes you, like,
that shouldn't be allowed.
They're supposed to have things implemented in place where they have like physical tests, but it's so hard to governize those type of things nowadays, especially because everybody's getting more relaxed. But it also comes down to, why is it $7 to get a cheeseburger meal, but it's $15 to get a small salad?
Bro, facts, dude. Like, getting healthy source foods is even more expensive. So this is okay. So then now we're going to the main topic of like, what's causing this obesity? And it's the access to easy source of food and the access of an easy source of living. America, regardless of what the news say, this is the greatest country on earth, hands down. Like, we have running water, electricity, roofs over our head. People can go to McDonald's and spend $5 and then they can get a full fucking meal. Things are going to keep them full, right? Easy, accessible food. But not even to mention that the easy, accessible, everything's easy, right? And then it makes people don't have a reason, unless they have a purpose. They don't have a reason to go out and try to do those things. And the dirtiest food for you, that's packed with calories and everything, that is $2. But like you say, you go to a place like Kava or whatever, you're going to spend $15 on a bowl of healthy, nutritious food. Yep. So it's literally designed to where trying to be more nutritious and healthy is more expensive, but being able to, the easiest accessible food for you is doing the most harm.
It's advertised that way too. It's things that are cheap aren't good, and things that are good aren't cheap.
Dude, listen to this. You take 2 chicken breasts, okay, and a cup of dry rice, so white jasmine rice. I mean, I know this, I fucking eat this shit all the time. Dude, or even 4 chicken thighs. 4 chicken thighs, this is what I eat when I cook in the morning. 4 chicken thighs, a cup of dry rice, where it's 149 grams of carbs, and 400 to 500 grams of chicken is roughly around like 80 to 100 grams of protein, okay? That meal alone is a huge fucking bowl, okay? And it's about 1,200 to 1,400 calories max. You get 1 Big Mac, fries, and sauce, you're almost exceeding those calories.
Yeah.
And the satiation rate of you being fully satiated and full, if a certain person, you're not going to be as much as satiated, and you're going to be eating more, and then you eat another Big Mac to make yourself feel full. Dude, you're like doubling the calories as you would feeling full on a 1,200 calorie deal. So it's just these foods and everything are so packed with oils and extra preservatives. Not even to mention that boosts your dopamine, because when you eat these foods, your brain literally gets a dopamine release from these foods to where it makes you addicted. That's why if you look at a Taco Bell commercial, whatever, dude, that's why sometimes where you get hungry, like, oh shit, it looks good, because you've had that before, and your brain automatically, your brain gets that dopamine release from remembering to having the Taco Bell, and then it spikes your ghrelin, then you get a ghrelin spike, which is your hunger hormone. So then you naturally, it's like chemically programmed. Oh shit, and you see it, and you're hungry, and you want that shit.
Well, we're also programmed that way. Me personally, I believe we're programmed that way to get hungry off those commercials from birth, from children. Because if a child does good, especially like growing up, I don't know how it was for you in like kindergarten and first grade, if we did something good, what do they reward us with? candy.
Yeah.
What did we
you're
get
programmed
on
from
holidays?
pizza parties. Or
candy.
Yeah.
And certain junk foods. Junk food we saw at a young age as a gift, as something that they gave us because we did something good. And now that we've grown up, we feel like we do something good, so we call them treats. We
Yeah.
give ourselves treats because we did small ass
fucking
shit
junk.
and we don't deserve it. Because first of all, we don't deserve anything in this world, and
No, we don't. It's
Yeah.
everything is earned. But I mean, yeah, like that. Like that's a good fucking point. I mean, I agree with you 110%. Like I think that's a fact. Like we're programmed from when we're kids with these easy, accessible, like things that are hyper palatable foods, like Oreos. Which I mean, I ate a couple Oreos, whatever.
dude, I'll destroy a whole family size of double stuffed Oreos right now.
Dude, I mean, listen,
I'll stack them things to mega Oreo size and just.
dude, you know what I used to do? I used to get a fucking like cup, and then I put like 6 or 7 Oreos in there, and I'd pour milk,
Pour a little milk on
and
it.
then smash it with a spoon, dude, and just eat.
Yeah, get those. See,
look, we're
gonna
here
make
fucking-
we're gonna make like the audience and stuff go
Yeah,
out.
all right,
And
listen.
we're the
don't
problem.
do
Is
that
what it
shit.
is.
That's back when I was doing. I
Don't
wasn't
get M&M cookies and put ice cream in between them and smush them together and eat them like an ice cream sandwich. Don't do
You
that. Don't do that
motherfucker,
whatsoever.
dude.
It's great. It's phenomenal. I'll do it.
You still do shit like that though.
I try
You
not
don't
to
eat
actually.
those king size fucking Reese's cups and shit.
I do love king size Reese's.
Okay. Anyways, all right. Let's get back to the main point now. We're fucking going on.
But
No,
actually,
that's about it.
that's another thing that's changed recently too. Is I don't stop and get like the candy that I used to
Yeah.
a lot, and even in the stores when I know that I can, and it was something that I would like quick grab it. It's something that I don't
Yeah.
do every day. It's because
Yeah.
that more elevated mindset into,
Yeah.
and I don't even really like eat the way that I should
Yeah.
right now. But it's still not like junk stuff. But I'm also a hater. My Crohn's has made me a hater. Like if I see somebody eating like Domino's and stuff, like fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you for being
Because
able
you
to
can't-
eat it
because
first
you
of all,
can't
because I
eat
can't
it.
do it.
Yeah.
And the Harps that I go to, the grocery store that I get most of my stuff from, is next to a Domino's. So when I go
that's
from the
fucked
car
up,
up to the
dude.
store, all I smell is Domino's, and I want it. I can't have it.
That's fucked up.
I know.
Yeah, so I mean,
Hard
okay,
life.
but so these foods and everything, like they're so packed with so many calories and everything, and it's easy to overconsume them, and that's what leads you into a caloric surplus. And especially a lot of people are not disciplined to move and be active. Then you're just building up, stacking up fat. Not even to mention alcohol. Alcohol consumption on top of those foods is doing triple the times the more harm, because alcohol, whenever you drink alcohol, it's a poison. So that's whenever you piss a lot after you drink, your body is literally trying to flush out all that alcohol at once. That's why your piss is clear, because you're literally flushing your body's water out, because it's noticed it's a poison. Like, oh, we should be able to get this out. So when then that's what beer guts come from, is because when you eat those foods and you're super hammered, your body can't even digest it clearly, functionally, and it stores that extra food as fat in your midsection, your subcutaneous area. So that's why whenever you see people like they got a big old belly, skinny legs, because they drink a lot.
Yeah.
And that's just literally what it comes from. And adding those negative foods on top of that, you're just building up fat, and then over time your arteries get clogged, and then that literally leads to death. So that is a big issue. Is obviously we're going on talking about the statistics. Leading cause of death in America is heart disease. Over 80% of the people with heart disease is obese, and then that's just a causing a death rate. Not even to mention that an average obese person has 8 prescriptions, and that is a fact coming from one of my clients who's he's about to be a nurse practitioner. That is a fact that they learned in his class that and that's not even to mention. A lot of them are antidepressants.
Yeah. We're obese, and we're an obese and over medicated country, anyways.
Yes. Yeah.
That goes to literally everything.
In these medications, they treat the symptoms, not the cause, which a doctor, this is why I go really big with holistic doctors, because a lot of the holistic doctor will be like, first of all, like you need to change your diet and you need to be more active.
Yeah.
And that's like literally where I come in as a trainer, because when people come meet in, I've dealt with some overweight individual. I tell them straight up, like, if you keep going down this road, you're going to kill yourself. Yeah. And I'd rather speak the truth to them and tell someone the truth than leave them in a permanent grave.
Yeah.
Right? I'd rather cause temporary harm, temporary hurt, than someone being in a permanent grave.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely with you on that one. Like, I've lost people to suicide. I lost somebody recently to it. And I've always been the type of person, one, I speak my mind regardless.
Yeah, of
I
course.
don't give a
You
shit.
should. This is a free country.
I'd rather let somebody, especially a friend of mine, somebody that I care about, I'd let them hate me for a small amount of time
Facts.
over the true words that I say to them than watch them deteriorate. Because you want to save your friend's feelings, right? You don't want to hurt your friend's feelings. You never do.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you are. If you care for somebody, the last thing you
never
want to
wanna
do is hurt
hurt
them.
their feelings.
But the thing is, if you let them be self-destructive and you let them get to the point where they've gotten so bad to where they actually do succeed in that, it's your fault.
Yeah.
You're a piece
Because
of shit for letting that shit happen.
Literally goes back to what I was talking about. Like, all that I know is that I owe, dude, because like, literally me being fitness and we were trying to build businesses and set the example physically, mentally, spiritually. Dude, we're not doing it for ourselves. We're doing it for everybody around us, because it's like a projected example to project out to all of our loved ones. And dude, and like I talked about this, like ever since I've done that, my sister's wanting to get into fitness now, and she's had a whole bunch of health issues and stuff due to overweight. My brother, he stopped drinking, all this, like, and then my nephew Skylar, like I talked about it before, he was super depressed, drinking from Thursday to Sunday, got fat, came 216 pounds, like around probably 30% body fat. Now he's freaking the same freaking weight, solid muscle, chiseled, like. But I mean, and I had to hurt Skylar's feelings. I mean, I had to tell him straight up, like, dude, you look like shit, like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? What are you doing with your life? What do you, like, you're living out there on Dixon, bro. He's like, well, bro, I got bad FOMO. Fuck FOMO, bro. You are yourself. You're a follower then. You're
going to miss out when you're dead anyways.
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to matter. And one thing that I want to clear up about what was just said is, one thing, you don't always see the signs, right? Of somebody being depressed. You don't always see, because they won't talk about it. I didn't talk about a lot of it. And I'm not saying that like you're directly tied to that because you didn't see it. But if you've allowed somebody to live in that specific mindset, if you've witnessed it, that's when you're at fault.
Fuck yeah.
Because I know that there's going to be a couple people that are like, well, my friend passed away from suicide and I've always blamed myself, and now woe is me because you said that I'm the cause of it, and I've always known, so I'm a piece of shit, but you're a piece of shit for telling me. Well, you are a piece of shit. Yeah. And it just took me telling you to realize that, one, yes, you could have done better if you would have seen the signs. Not everybody asks for help, but that comes down to also things that we've said before together, and something that I said last time was, we're always told one bad apple can spoil the bunch. Mm-hmm. In our garden of our mindset, one weed can grow into a whole pile of weeds and ruin our entire garden, right? But what we're not told is that's also something that can happen with positivity. If you breed positivity, if you let those flowers grow and you let those flowers and the things, vegetables and stuff, overgrow your garden and it's plentiful, the next garden over will benefit from it as well. Yeah. Because people will see your beneficial positivity
that is a
and
perfect
take from
analogy.
that as well.
That's literally what we're that was a perfect articulation of what I was just saying. Because like literally this is why it's important to becoming your best version of yourself, because you don't know who the fuck is watching you.
Exactly.
You don't know who's watching.
Something that I posted recently too within the past several months is something that directly ties in with that. Even if you're just a burger flipper, right? And that's as much as you think that your life will go. Be the greatest burger flipper in your entire existence.
Andy Frisella says that shit.
Exactly. Even if your whole point in life is to be at a low point, be the best that you can be, because even if that's where you're supposed to be and that's as far as the universe will allow you to be, as long as you do 100% of yourself 100% of the time, just imagine the influence that you're having on the people around you. Yeah. Because even if you do something on a low totem pole, however you see the spectrum of your life being, even if you function at a low frequency, but you do that low frequency at 100%, and you influence one small person, that person could cure cancer just because of small things that you've said or influence of your positivity. And they could change the existence. It doesn't have to be, yes, do your best, right? Influence as many people as you can, but you can only do as much as you can do with what you're allowed to do, right? Mm-hmm. Or what you all you have to do is influence one person. You don't physically have to change the world. No. But if you influence the person that does change the world,
I mean, I mean, there's biblical text, there's ancient text. I mean, like, dude, you can speak to 100 people, and if you change one person's life, then you've done your fucking job. Like, it's simple as that. There's been, dude, I can't tell how many times where I've been surprised where people like slid up on my stories or something, or like, dude, like, I've been watching you forever, like, it's inspiring, like, you made me go to the gym and stuff. Like, dude, people I haven't talked to in years.
Yep.
And it's like, dude, you're like, I didn't even tell you this, you're the main reason why I'm in the gym, you're the main reason why I'm happy with my life. And I'm like, bro, why am I just now knowing this? Like, this is what I'm going to say. Like, you don't know who's watching.
Yep.
You never know who's watching, because some of those people are so self-conscious to even approach you and to even and want to thank you for that. It takes to a certain time of them elevating to want to thank you, but it's just, you never know. So this is why it's important to live every single day with intent and purpose and try to elevate everybody around you. Okay. Now going into the fitness side of that, like, we obviously talked about how it's changed our life, but the most important part is your actual physical health. Because at the end of the day, you know, you want, and one thing I always say this too, like, obviously, like, you know, anybody that we're all gonna, I plan on having kids. I know you plan on having kids. Dude, one thing I like to tell people, and especially younger dudes around my age, I'm like, okay, like, well, imagine this. Imagine your future kids looking at you right now, watching how you're living your life. How would you feel? Would you be proud to show them the way that you're taking care of yourself?
Yeah.
Would you be proud? And if you really think about it that deep, I guarantee majority of y'all would be like, no, I need to fucking do more. Then here's your fucking chance to start doing more. And listen, and also I have understanding, because I've dealt with many hundreds of people throughout me being in a fitness store aspect and everything, and I understand a lot of y'all are lost. You do not know the steps you need to take, and this is what we're going to transition the show into. Other than, we already talked about the health, like the percentage of, that's pathetic. 70% of America's obese. Oh, that's pathetic.
It's because it's easy.
It's easy. We talked about the access to easy food. Motherfuckers are lazy. It's like Wall-E, right? If it doesn't, it's going to be like Wall-E. People, bunch of fat people riding around and having everything done for them. Okay, and then that leads to us being weak as a country, weak as a whole, and other. You know, that's a whole different story. But that goes down a rabbit hole. A whole path that it's going to be more than just us being unhealthy. It's going to lead to actual world tyranny, etc. Right? If you got weak, a whole bunch. If you got a weak motherfuckers, what are they? And that can't even run. Now I'm going to mention that one mall shooting, and we talked about where I've gotten so livid as watching this video. There was a mall shooting in Dallas, Texas, probably about a couple years back, and the fucking cop that was responding to it was at the parking lot. He was at like some different store near the shopping center, and he was running across, and he had to stop halfway because he was running out of breath.
Obese first responders do better.
Yeah. Also, and this is another side deal too. We have the tax dollars to be able to fund and have a police officer being paid $250,000 a year. Same thing with the firefighter. Not even think about first responder, paramedics, EMTs. Like J-Mac's wife, she's a paramedic. The things that she has to see.
I'm in EMT school.
You're in EMT school. Yeah. The things that the dude that I got you connected with, Garrett, Rogers, police department guy, he's a paramedic as well. The things that those people have to see, and they're so underpaid. Like, it's ridiculous, bro. Our tax dollars, we have the money to fund that, but why isn't it? And also, me and J-Mac said this. If you took that money, you placed it where, okay, we're switching the whole system, $250,000 a year for fire, or $200,000 a year minimum for firefighters, police officers, and paramedics. Okay. Then you had, and then on top of that, $200,000. Then they exiled, and then they made it to where you literally had to pass a very physical, a body test and a physical test, where it had to be like required. If not, you were fired. You're released, dude. You would shit. I might be a cop right now. Shit, if that was the case,
I still wouldn't. But
but even firefighter, but anything. But like, think about what I'm trying to say is like, if you elevated that standard,
absolutely,
you would get people.
We would have better people.
Yeah, you would have badass cops. More badass firefighters, more badass paramedics. Not saying that there's still badasses in those fields, but it would elevate that standard because we have the money to be able to do that. But of course, let's not
talk about the $2.6 million police stations that we're building locally, or let's
And we
not
still
talk
got
about
badasses in there.
Let's not talk about Atlanta having C7 Corvettes or Hellcats for police vehicles, for undercover vehicles. Let's not talk about all the money
Miami police with a Rolls Royce.
Yeah. The money that they're pouring into being flashier, being
They
able to
can pour it into elevating the pay for those cops that are putting their lives on there, and then make it to where if they don't get a certain physical status or physical output, that they will get fired and lose their job. So then that would be a little bit different. Imagine if a cop that's obese right now, and you're like, okay, you got at least 6 to 8 months to be able to reach this quota fitness wise. You have to run this mile, you have to run this, do this, you have to be able to, and then pass this body exam. And if not, you're fired, and you will not get the $100,000 raise.
Well, that also goes back into the complacency thing of our country too. Is you'll get the people that have been on the job, especially once it's implemented. Let's say we implement that this year and go forth with it. You'll still have those people. I've been on this job for 16 years. I'm not going to fucking change the way that I live my life.
We'll fire you. You're fucking fired.
Go somewhere
Sorry,
else.
buddy. You're kicked. Fire. Like this is that's what I know.
And then wrong for termination suits. And then it's all about we're a selfish race as people as a whole.
Yeah.
When it really comes down to it, we're selfish as fuck. Some of the times it needs to be, but when it comes to like a community standpoint, it's definitely different. But that also leads into the conversation of what we were going to get into as far as like the fitness industry. Not only is the fitness industry very selfish of people gatekeeping the way that they've been training, what they're actually on. Let's not talk about the people that we talk to in the gym that claim that they're natty and been doing shit
nipples,
for 14
dog.
years. Yeah,
those nipples are a little puffy, dude.
Yeah, you got some titties, dog.
Yeah. Bro, for real. Like, bro, okay. So let's get straight into that.
Huge.
Let's get straight into that. So let's talk about
It's toxic
first of all, let's talk about like why, and I understand why a lot of y'all feel lost is because, dude, whenever you look online, majority of the fitness industry is the fucking Wild West. They abuse your lack of knowledge to sell you on a bullshit program or a bullshit diet to be able to steal your fucking money and then keep your repeat customers. They don't teach you knowledge. They want to give you a program, whatever the deal, okay? So prime example, I mean, let's even talk about like Liver King, okay? Liver King, he was making millions of dollars a month. I think he's funny as shit. But bro, he was claiming to be natural. I mean, anybody, but like, dude, this is what the abuse of like knowledge.
Deca King.
We were new, Deca King. We knew. I mean, bro, we knew because just through our experience of being in the fitness industry and us working out, and we're both natural. Is that like we knew looking at that? Obviously, you being in your 40s and you're that huge, that lean, that ripped. It's impossible for you to be like that.
Yeah, and other people with the same mindset of us, like Derek from More Plates, More Dates, was one of the first people to come out and be like, "There's no fucking way
and
whatsoever."
He takes gear, and he understands it too, because he's like he has like information on top, like when it comes to
how to healthily do it. Yeah,
and he literally even talked about like this guy. He would make it so common, like this guy is the biggest charlatan there fucking is, and charlatan means like people that a charlatan is a person that says everybody else's way is wrong, this way is wrong, this way wrong. My way is the only right way.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a big no. But that's like, for instance, he was having people think you got to eat bull's testicles to be able to boost more testosterone, or eat some fucking liver, which, I mean, liver is nutrient dense, dude. Like, it's good, but you don't have to eat liver to be able to get fucking huge and jacked. Like, that's not how it works. But this is the abuse of lack of knowledge that they do not teach us this in school. They do this for a reason, to make us fat, make us dumb and lazy, and not be able to know the right approach to be able to get to fit better physical output. Okay. And not to mention, for instance, like the keto diet. I'm about to get nerdy on y'all. Like the keto diet, like, is like, oh, it's the most effective way to lose weight. No, cut back. When people say they want to lose weight, they're lying. I'm about to explain why. They don't want to lose weight. Everything's weight. Muscle's weight. Your water is weight. Fat is weight. People want to lose body fat, not weight. This is why the number on the scale does not dictate your physique. A prime example, you get a 300-pound, 5'8" Jay Cutler in the fucking off-season of his bodybuilding season, who's jacked and juicy to the fucking bone. And then you got a 5'8", 300-pound obese dude that's 50% body fat, okay? Jay Cutler's 10 to 12% body fat in the off season, 300 pounds. This guy's 50%.
Yep.
They're same height, same weight. You put them on a scale, do their height. Just put Jay Cutler, Tommy Jones, 5'8", 300 pounds, and that's it. Dude, both their BMI is going to say they're overweight and that they're obese, but you wouldn't be able to tell until you actually took a body index scan showing their skeletal muscle mass and their body fat percentage. Those two compounds is what dictates your physique, your skeletal muscle mass and your body fat percentage, not the weight. And this is one thing I tell people: throw the fucking scale out. Throw the scale out. It's good to weigh yourself maybe every 3 weeks to a month most. Okay, I do not weigh myself in long periods. I weigh myself like maybe monthly, if that.
Yeah.
I don't weigh myself, right? Because at the end of the day, it's good to weigh yourself, especially if you're, especially if you're going to the bodybuilding competition. It's good to gauge it like here and there, but you gauge on your scale. You do it on the in-body scan. You do it like on a body index scan where you're literally checking your body fat and skeletal muscle mass, because that's what literally dictates your physique. That's it right there. So with keto, this is one thing I'm about to go in. 1 gram of 1 gram of carbohydrates holds 2 to 3 grams of water. Imagine carbs is like a sponge. When you eat carbs, it converts it into glycogen and stores that glycogen all inside your muscle. And when you drink water, those carbs pull that water inside the muscle, holding 2 to 3 grams of water of that, mainly up to 3 grams. Okay. Whenever you cut carbs out of your body, imagine getting a wet rag and you're grabbing that wet rag and this is your body. You're going rinse. You're rinsing your whole fucking body dry, and you're like, oh my God, I just lost 60 pounds in a whole fucking month. No, you just fucking dehydrated yourself. That's all you fucking
It's
do.
the same thing with being sick too. When you get sick, you get dehydrated and you lose all this weight.
Yeah,
you have the flu and you lose all this weight. It's water weight.
Literally, it's water weight because you're not eating no food and you're dehydrated. That's why whenever bodybuilders, like whenever they go into cutting for a show, they cut their carbs because they rinse out that water to be able to see more definition. They call it a dry look, always very dried out. That's a good thing for you to get lean. Not when it comes to losing body fat. If you got fat on you, that ain't your fat's not holding all that water.
You're getting hyperfixated on a scale that's unhealthy. Hyperfixation turns
that's another
to
thing I was going to go into.
And it turns into an unhealthy.
That's why I say throw the scale away, because dude, it's doing more harm than good to you, because every day people are, and not even to mention, some people don't even realize the science of a daily fluctuation of weight.
Yep.
If I'm drinking water right now, my weight's change. I go take a shit, my weight's change. I'm about to go fucking eat. Weight's change. Your weight's going to change. It's not about your weight. It's about your physique in the mirror. And dude, I've seen it just completely destroy people. I was like, oh man, I weighed myself last night and I'm up 3 pounds. I'm like, bro, fucking throw that shit out.
Yeah.
Stop weighing your shit.
Hyperfixation obsession turns into depression.
Literally.
It's the same thing.
Literally.
And people, going back to toxic gym environment too, is people will hyperfixate on that and be like, I'm not getting the results that I want. And we both know one person in specific that will sell research chemicals and SARMs to 16-year-olds because those 16-year-olds are going into places uneducated and being like, well, I've gone to the gym for 2 months and I'm not seeing anything, and I can't build muscle and I can't get bulky, and being told dirty bulk, being told take these research chemicals, SARMs, take testosterone, take all these fucking steroids to get bigger, because that's what I did. Dirty bulking leads to diabetes. Dirty bulking leads to all these health concerns that we had just talked about. Getting onto these research chemicals at a young age is not only fucking up your testosterone, but fucking up the way that your body is meant to build. We're looking at 16-year-olds who are the width of a door frame. What's going to happen when you reach the peak of what you were supposed to grow to?
Or the fucking width of a pencil.
Yeah. Stuff that doesn't even help them.
Yeah.
I mean, we've watched people that have been on SARMs and research chemicals and go to the gym.
And they look the fucking same, bro.
I'm sorry. I have a buddy that's been on testosterone for like the past 3 years and does physique training. Sorry, dude. But he's 175 pounds. And been on test for the past like 3 years.
And he hasn't done shit.
I've grown bigger than him in 1 year of just going to the gym natural.
Yeah, because number one, why? Let's talk about the reason why. Your fucking food's on point. You're eating good nutrition, and obviously our fucking training is spot on, bro. Like we have good, how we train with intensity. We know how to properly train, get the proper contractions inside of the gym because it's all about contractions. I'm literally about to post a video on this because literally what you're doing in the gym, we're going in, we're shredding out, we're literally tearing down our muscles, and then you go home.
Yeah.
And then you give yourself the right amount of nutrients.
The recovery process
and sleeping
is
that's muscle
the
growth.
most detrimental to everything. Everyone wants to go in. Oh, I go to the gym 7 days a week.
I hit legs every day. You're a motherfucker.
Prime example. I used to start off at 85 pounds on incline bench press and work my way up to 105. Oh, but I can't do it today because I've lost 20 pounds and I lost all my strength.
So what you mean to tell me is that you don't know what the fuck you're doing and you regressed.
You regressed, yeah. And you have all these kids that are... If you are in the gym and your friend trusts you enough to go to the gym with you, if I watch you treat your friend like shit... And by that, I mean, if I watch you let them lift with bad form,
fuck up,
lift egally, and fuck up, and you're giving them bad advice, you're getting jumped in the parking lot.
You catch these hands.
I'm taking your gym friend. He's coming. He's coming home with me, and we're gonna form a good relationship. I will teach him how to go to the gym,
and we'll actually show him how to work out. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Fuck him, dude. I'm just kidding. No, but seriously, like, okay, and this is where, like, this is where people get deceived too, because also not even to mention the easy access. We're talking about easy access foods and everything. Everything happens so fast, right? We can order something and order overnight shipping and get it the very next day.
Yep.
We can, get food and order and get it in 3 minutes. Everything is fast, quick. No difference from people want to be overnight millionaires. People want to be overnight shredded, and people look for things at a they want fast results. That's why keto is a very easily sold fucking scam diet, because these people are, oh, you want to lose 50 pounds in a month? Because people are
you're starving yourself.
Not even the starving, bro. It's like the carbs, bro. Like you're literally rinsing your body out with water, and they look on the scale, they're like, oh, I'm down 50 pounds, and then they eat some carbs and they're all back up 60.
Yeah.
So it's like, because they don't understand the science and of how to actually approach it. And then also, not to mention that you got people on the internet portraying to be natural, and then they see these physiques and they're like, oh my God, how do I get like that? And it's like, then they sell them on this bullshit, or they say you got to take this fat burner or whatever. That's where the fitness industry is the Wild West. They deceive people. They keep people misguided. Like, I can't tell how many times people come in the store and they would have been like, hey man, what's your best fat burner? And I'm like, well, first of all, man, I'd be like, what's the first thing I'd tell them? Like, first of all, what do you track your food? And I'd laugh and I'd be like, man, why are you trying to?
Yep.
This is not the issue. This is not going to help you.
Yep.
Until you track your food, this ain't going to do shit for you. And then that's why I pull the fat burner, and I pull the pre-workout, one of the DMHA pre-workouts and stuff, and I put them together. And I go down the ingredients. They're all the fucking same except for vasodilation ingredients. And I'd be like, okay, look at this. This is the fat burner capsule. This is the 300 milligrams caffeine, 300 milligrams caffeine, DMHA, synephrine, ephedra. So, like, all these stimulants. I'm like, bro, you realize that stimulants are vasoconstrictors, but they also suppress your ghrelins, which is literally going to suppress your hunger. So all this is going to do, this is why you think fucking meth heads are skinny as shit, because they don't eat shit, because they're cracked out on stimulants, on meth. That's essentially what Adderall is. People that pop Adderall all the time, they're naturally more skinny because they're freaking appetite suppressed. If people are going to take those things, which are literally lesser forms of Adderall, it's going to suppress your appetite. So I'm here to tell you, fat burners, all they fucking do is suppress your appetite, making your life in a caloric deficit 20 times easier. So whenever you're starving, whenever you're on a caloric deficit, you're not starving and you don't eat as much. Or some people don't even subconsciously eat or even understand that, and they realize they don't eat as much and they lose some weight. That's the reason why it's called a fat burner. Really, it's an appetite suppressant. I look at it like that. But little things, when I tell them some of that, people would be like, what? Really? I thought this helped just increase my fat burning in my body.
The pursuit of education, dude.
Dude, it's lack, and then also a lack of abusive lack of knowledge.
And we have all sorts of knowledge at the grasp of our fingertips. You can literally learn anything. You can learn the same thing that people are learning with their PhDs.
Bam.
Yep. Right there.
Right there.
And don't get me wrong. Some of the knowledge that's put out there on the internet is bullshit.
Yeah,
and some of it is
that's
also
why you got to go to good sources and stuff. Yeah,
do your research, because you found one thing that you deem as a fact.
Well, it's also like what we're just talking about on the internet, like the fit and wild industry. Because I can pull up, I guarantee you, I can look up why keto is the most effective diet, and I would get all these articles saying all this shit, which is bullshit.
If you're looking for a specific thing in a specific perspective, you're going to find it. If I ask the internet or ask people in environments, hey, like if I go up to somebody with steroids that have been on steroids almost their entire gym culture and their entire gym life, what's going to make me like you, right? They're going to tell me what they did, and this is going to be the best plan for you because this is what I've done. Yeah. But if I go up to somebody that's bigger than them and they've been natural,
it's just like when it comes to working out, okay? When it comes to working out, a lot of people, y'all have the wrong way of looking at it. And one of the biggest things I started off is when it comes to building muscle and getting the results you want, it's no different from building a house. So I said this, that first thing you do when you build a house is you lay the foundation. You going to the gym and working out, you're laying the foundation for your body to get the results you want to build the muscle up to the surface, okay? If you lay a shitty foundation, you cannot build a house on a shitty ass foundation. It's you fucking can't. So that's why you're working out and the proper form, technique, and intensity is important when it comes to that. That's laying an even solid foundation. You can't have a shitty one, okay? Your materials to build that house is your nutrients, water, and sleep. That is what able for you to build it. You can't build a house with half the materials. You have to have the right amount. And that's why your nutrition, I will always say this, it's 80% nutrition, 20% exercise. The exercise part will always be the easiest because that is effort and having just concentration in the gym. That is it. That's effort. Nutrition is what you consume on a day-to-day basis. That is the fucking most difficult part because what we're talking about earlier. Yep. When it comes to the easy, accessible, hyper palatable foods, McDonald's, Taco Bell, etc., these freaking caloric dense foods that are so minuscule, packed with so many calories, and it's easy to overconsume and to be in a caloric surplus, right? And I compared it to 2 chicken breasts and a cup of dry rice, bro. Like that's like not bro. The calories on that is so much more smaller compared to like 3 Big Mac or 2 Big Macs, like triples that. And you'll be more full on that chicken and rice compared to eating those couple Big Macs. So, but this is when it goes like a lot of people, and two is like a lot of people when they want to get the results or they want to get lean and stuff, is they want to fucking do cardio. That's one thing I want to talk about. Like cardio is not bad for you. You definitely need to do cardio. Cardio is good for your heart. It's good for your cardiovascular system. But the thing about cardio is all you're doing is adding calories burnt towards the day. So if you do 500 calories on the damn cardio machine, okay, on the treadmill or whatever, you're adding 500 calories burnt towards the day. Yep. And what people don't realize is that they have a basal metabolic rate. Your basal metabolic rate is basically how many calories you burn in a day doing nothing, okay? So me, according to my height and my activity and everything, I have around 1,800 calories, okay? So if I burn 500 calories doing cardio and then I burn an extra 500 calories fucking working out, lifting, then that's going to put me at 2,800 calories. Then that means if I want to be in a caloric deficit and lose body fat weight, I need to be 300 to 500 calories less than what I'm consuming, or less calories than what I've accounted for burnt, right? So that's like where you gauge your deal. But see, here's the deal. And this is where I'm going to transition into talking about with overweight people, because a lot of the overweight, this is why they feel lost and they feel discouraged, because I've had this happen before with a client is, dude, I've seen a guy that was 400 pounds eating 1,300 calories and not losing a single fucking weight. How is that possible? I'm about to explain why. What a lot of people don't realize is that the majority of overweight people, or statistics, they've at least tried 4 to 5 extreme diets to get the results that they fucking want, okay? A lot of it's been like, keto or a juice diet or all these extreme diets where they're only eating 1,000 calories or whatever. They do these extreme diets and it tanks their metabolic system, because their body, when they're eating those extreme diets, their body adapts to the calories that are being consumed. And what it does, it adapts so you prevent future starvation. So when you go to an extreme caloric deficit mode where you're not eating shit, your body literally goes into a defense mode. It's basically to prevent future starvation. So when these people are eating 1,000, then it tanks their metabolism. And then if they have one weekend where they eat 3,000 calories, drink or whatever, their body stores. It's crazy. The statistics on it is like you store so much more body fat. Your body will naturally store more body fat to have energy in the future to prevent future starvation.
Yeah.
Because it's actually in a study, a person that's overweight, like, dude, a severely obese person, like, for instance, that person that was 400 pounds, dude, he could not eat for 2 months and he would still live.
Yeah.
Because your body, that fat is stored energy. So, like, that's what it causes. So, and he didn't even know necessarily how to go. So guess what I did with him? I was like, dude, we're about to up your calories up to 3,000. Like, first we're starting at 2,200 calories. He got it like a week or 2,200. Then I went to 2,500, and then I got him up to 3,000. And he was like, bro, at first he was like, am I supposed to be eating this much? And I'm like, yes, because your metabolism's so tanked, bro. We got to add more wood to the furnace. And then on top of working out, and you need those amount of nutrients, and especially how big he is and everything, like, this is the only way to do it. And then, dude, that's when he started leaning out and getting better results, is by eating more food. And it's like, how does that happen? But that's what I'm saying, the abuse of lack of knowledge. Some these people, a lot of them don't know how to approach it, right?
Yeah.
And then some people they just, like I said, they just don't know how to approach it. So they feel lost. And that's why people like me and other trainers and stuff are here to help, to make sure you get guided in the right direction. Because if not, because, bro, some of them feel hopeless, bro. Like, they try these diets and they're eating less food and they're getting told what people are telling them online, calories in, calories out, and they don't understand the science behind why they're eating less and they're not losing anything, is because they tank their body so much and they got to add more food to their body to elevate their metabolic rate.
Yeah.
So that's another deal too. But I will say this too, is building muscle is the most effective way to burning body fat, because you're building yourself from the inside out. Other than to cardio, you shape yourself from the outside in. And cardio is good, but like I said, remember, it's just calories added towards the day. You need to pair it. You need to prioritize weightlifting first. And if you're trying to lose a little bit of extra weight too, just add a couple hundred extra calories to cardio, and that gives you more room to work with when it comes to consuming food. Okay. Now, especially when it comes to dudes that are skinny like a toothpick. We've seen it in the store. You know, kids that come in, 16-year-old kids, try to buy SARMs from me, and I've literally told them, like, bro, I'm not selling you shit. Even I've told dudes that are 21 years old, the same age as me, whenever I was 21. I looked dude straight in the face and like, bro, I'm just gonna tell you this right now, like, I'm not selling this to you. Like, you're asking for it and I'm supposed to sell it to you technically, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, morally, I can't do it.
No, I can't do it. And I told him, I was like, bro, because they go to the gym for 2 months, they expect to get business, but also that goes back to what I was talking about. People want things fast. They want everything fast because everything's so accessible that everybody wants to be overnight millionaires. Some people want to be overnight jacked and shredded or whatever, right? No matter if you're fat or skinny, people want the overnight.
I've had kids come in and still not like. We've talked about all it takes is the pursuit of education, but I've had people come in and not even want to like read boxes, but think that like test boosters are just testosterone. Get on it. Yeah, I've been on test for like 4 months. Like, what are you taking? I'm taking this pill. What is it? It's like, it's this. And I was like, well, it's a test booster. And what test boosters do is, or they elevate your already free testosterone. If you're under a certain,
fucking 18 or something, dude.
If you're 18, dude, you're already peaking.
Yeah,
it's not doing shit for you. You're just taking like sugar pills, or you have to just go buy capsules and fill them up with water and just take them.
Yeah. But that's also the lack of knowledge. So they think just because they're going to take that they're going to get bigger and stuff. So I mean, yes, I mean, but what we're here to tell you guys, it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take time. It's no different from you trying to be a successful, wealthy individual. It takes daily deposits, showing up every single day, laying a brick by brick, winning every single day. And next thing you know, you look back and you got the wall built. It's the same thing in fitness. This is why fitness has changed my life, other than physically and spiritually and mentally. It's changed my way of just staying consistent and laying those bricks every single day.
More
because
discipline.
I've seen me like showing up every day, have my food right, have my training right, my water right, my sleep right, etc. And what I built with my body, mind, spirit, and whatever, right? And my mental state. But it's no difference from also in a business aspect. You got to do that as well. But people want things fast. They want overnight shit. So the internet is really good at deceiving people and getting people sold on these fast ticket, quick, simple options. I'm here to tell you that is fucking false. That is fucking false. It's going to take time. It's going to be difficult, but that's all part of it. If it wasn't difficult, everybody would be jacked. Okay. So also, fuck, I lost my train of thought. No. Yeah, if it was going to be difficult, everybody would be jacked. But that's why it's just easy to sell people on these things because of how easy accessible everything is. Okay. Now here's what I'm going to tell y'all. Okay, if you're obese right now, and this is going to be the steps what you need to take. Okay, if you're obese right now, what you need to be doing is first tracking your food. If you're doing the extreme diets and stuff and you're eating super low food, you need to elevate your food to be able to throw more wood in the furnace, and you need to start working out physically, okay? And doing some cardio as well. But it's going to be, because think about it, you got to unfuck all those years of you drinking, eating like shit, whatever. That's going to take a long time. But if you show up every single day and be consistent, you will get the results, okay? Now, obviously, we can help you. I can help you on that. I have my own online coaching business. I literally can give you the right tools and guidance to be able to do that, okay? Now, when it comes to you skinny guys and stuff, or dudes that just want to get jacked in the gym, like people when they get 2 months in the gym, they're like, oh, I haven't seen anything. Oh. Well, bro, you haven't fucking tracked anything. I guarantee your training shit. I guarantee your food shit. You're not drinking enough water. You don't even know what it's like to even have the right, to even get you're not even taking the right steps and protocols. So what makes you think that this is going to help?
Can't be an F1 driver just because you drive a car.
No, you can't. And that's a perfect one. That's a perfect analogy there. But also and also not even to mention the detrimental, like, dude, I can't tell you how many times where kids come in and be like, yo, can I get Rad 140? And I'm like, what do you know about Rad 140? How long you been working out? Oh, like 3 months. And I'm like, I just start laughing. I'm like, bro, you don't even know what the fuck you're doing. Are you even tracking your food? Oh, I mean, why? Like, and someone will get defensive. I'm like, bro, you don't even know what you're doing. Like, I've been working out for 2.5 years, and that's what I like to tell. I'm like, and I haven't taken any of this stuff. Yeah, because I don't need it. Because I was like, do you know what this is? I was like, once you take this, bro, this is going to completely alter your testosterone production forever, and you will not be able to produce the same. It's a commitment,
and if you're not willing to commit to the right steps, you're going to start committing to something that's wrong for you, and then that's a forced commitment.
Yeah, and it's a forced commitment, but you don't even have the right protocols, the right nutrition, sleep, and training to even get the results naturally. What makes you think this is going to help? Not only are you doing more harm to yourself, you're not even going to achieve shit, too. Yeah. So you're literally just shooting yourself in the foot for no fucking reason.
Yep.
So I mean, there's just a lot of things when it comes to training and the right simple protocols that take, and it's simple. You got to follow. You got to get your nutrition right. You got to get your training right. Prioritize recovery. Prioritize your nutrition. Prioritize your sleep, and stay consistent. That is all it's about, okay? Like I said, because these people, you're going to see gurus on the internet saying that everybody's going to have an opinion saying this way is the only perfect way. I'm here to tell you, there's no perfect diet. There's no perfect training program. I don't care if you do push-pull legs. We have a little ISO split we do. It works because it prioritizes recovery. That's the reason why it works. The reason why we're getting results is because Rambo, he eats different food than I do because of his Crohn's. I eat some of the different foods than he does, but we're hitting the macronutrients we need to get to be able to rebuild the muscle. So it doesn't really fucking, like, it's the same. It's numbers. It's a numbers game. That's all it is. And then we're consistent. It's that simple. So really just don't let the fitness industry deceive you. And if y'all need any help, you can always, I'm always willing to give free advice. I do it all the time. People ask me for advice all the time when it comes to nutrition, whatever. I got a cookbook I can send you. I can send you a meal template just to be able to help guide you in the right direction, because you may feel hopeless, you may feel lost, but do not, you're literally can easily fix it through your own daily actions and being consistent on a day-to-day basis. And I'm going to be straight up with you. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen in 2 weeks. You can't get shredded in a month. It's going to take years. Especially if you're obese, it's going to take well over a year. If you're small, I mean, it's a little bit different if you're skinny, because we can pack on muscle on you like nothing. But you got to get your everything in line, just like as if you're trying to build a business.
Yep.
I mean, is anything different from trying to build a business? No. Like, you have to show up every single day. You got to put the deposits. If not, you're not going to make no money. Yep. You're not going to make any profits. And this is why it's important to have a process, have the right steps to move fucking forward and get the right results. Because not only is it, just go back to the beginning of the show, Not only is it going to benefits you, of course, your physical health, your mental health, and spiritual health, because you'll get more in tune with yourself in general. You're going to be impact. Like, dude, if you're an obese family and you change your life, dude, that's going to set the example for everybody around you. That's the most important part. It's our country is at health risk. We need a change. We need a culture change. And this is where it all starts with the power of one, starting in your own household. You affect the people in your household, you affect the people in your family, you affect your friends, they affect their family, you affect the community, and then that's just what it goes. So let's create a fucking movement. Let's get in the right steps. Quit chasing cheap dopamine, and those things. And that comes with the food, that comes with porn, it comes with drink and alcohol. Change your diet, change your mental diet, have the right daily disciplines, the right habits, and everything will just fucking flow.
One day.
Visualize itself.
Yep. One day or day one. That's all it takes.
Yeah. One day or day one. All righty, y'all. Look, we're coming to an end right here. We got to get it going. That's kind of, we're spinning some heat, dog. I mean, is there anything else you want to end up on?
No. Like, comment, subscribe.
Like, fucking comment, subscribe. Give me some comments. Let me know and also, if you got any value on the show, we made you laugh or anything, you loved what we said, you got some knowledge, whatever it is, all I ask, share the show. I don't got any sponsored ads or anything. I really don't care about getting sponsored ads. This is the only way to be able to grow a show is from y'all listening, sharing it. Just share the show because we provide value. That's what we try to do. We want y'all to grow. We want everybody to grow. We want a better country. We want a life to live. We want a fruitful life. It's that fucking simple. So.
Yeah. Don't comment anything nasty. My mom watches this show. Y'all be respectful.
All right. Fuck y'all.
Yeah.
See y'all later.
I knew that I was dead. I seen it. I thought it. I dreamt it. I said it. I did it. I made it. I tasted it. I love it. I need it.